everybody, back again, and today we're going to be making an ulu knife out of this old file. As you can see, this old file's already had some beaten up happening to it, so we're going to cut it off right about here, back before the damaged area. Then we'll go ahead and stretch this tang out a little more and stretch one tang out of this side so that we can bend those up to make the posts or the tangs, let's say, for the handle, and the rest will become our blade. Let's get it in the fire and get started. gone ahead and gotten the tangs fitted up. The way this works is basically these tangs come like a C shape up through here and back to clamp it in place, and then I wedge it with a steel pin. Eventually I'm going to fill these holes with epoxy. That is after I finish shaping the handle. And I just went ahead and ground a little bit on the blade just to make sure that there were no cracks or anything in there. And so far there aren't. So I'm gonna go ahead and head over to the grinder and just keep working it until this ulu blade is all finished up. And then I will be back to you guys once we're done. It is now the next day, and we've got our blade all finished up. As you can see, we've got that nice secondary minor edge bevel on there. We've got everything cleaned up, nice and shiny, nice and pretty. You can see that I've done some shaping on the handle, some contouring, just to make it more comfortable to hold in the hand, to make it a little bit easier to align with the knuckles. You can see there's that ridge line that runs down the center of the handle that allows you to really get your knuckles right in line with that edge, so that way it's easier to utilize. You can see that I have also put some cover pins over top of the riveting for the tangs, so that way it's a little more comfortable, not as unwieldy when you are holding it and you feel those rivets rather than feeling the pins, because the pins had corners and we wanted to make sure that we didn't have any of that happening. I did seal all of my wood here with a poly coat just because this is going to be in the kitchen, and I want this wood to last as long as humanly possible, so it's basically a heavy duty lacquer job that I did on this. In the grinding, we did give it wings. That's what those chunks that sat out before were, so that way we could grind those down into some nice sharp corners, so it has some corners to the blade. Our ulu is all ulified, all finished up, ready to rock and roll, ready to be used. This is going to be for my kitchen, for my personal use, for mincing up herbs, chopping up garlic, onions, things like that. If you've ever seen the show Life Below Zero, there is a native Alaskan family there, and that's what inspired me to use this, because they use one of these for just about everything. From processing animals to every cooking task you could think of, they use this as their utility. And having now made one, I can really see why they chose this design. It's really comfortable to hold, very wieldy, very easy to utilize, even if you're wearing gloves. Obviously, this is a very large example of an ulu knife. This is not a small ulu, this is a very large ulu. But, you know, on this channel we tend to go big. But that does it for today's video. If you guys like what you're seeing, do me a favor, do that thing right there. Till next time, God bless, stay sharp out there. If you're looking for a custom hand-forged sharp object, check out the Etsy store, the link will be at the end of the video. I sell everything from knives to polearms over there, so...